What's up, Hacksters? I'm here in London at the Hanhaa office with Azhar Hussain.
Awesome.
Yeah? Alright, awesome. And we are here to talk about Symbisa as well as the company. So, what is Symbisa, first off?
So Symbisa is one of our product lines.
Uh-huh.
So we have 3 product lines in the company. Symbisa is a system that allows you to live link sensors directly into products like Excel, for example. So you can fire up an instance of Excel either on the cloud, Office 365, or on the desktop. And you can then type in a function. So give a name of the sensor, and where that sensor is somewhere in the world, the data of that will appear in that spreadsheet.
How is that possible? How does it talk to the Excel?
It's
Wi-Fi?
No, so it uses our second product. We're a licensed mobile operator.
No way.
So we're regulated here in the UK by it's called Ofcom, but basically our version of the FCC, essentially. And we have our own GSM stack. So we have an HLR, a gateway, a signaling system. We interconnect with multiple networks across the world. We have our own EUICC profiles. And essentially, we include the connectivity with the sensor. So it means that there's no concept of roaming. There's no concept really of distance. It works in about 200 countries, and it fires up and it just works.
Wow.
And essentially, what happens is that you get billed every time you dip a reading from the sensor.
So every time you poke it?
Every time you poke it, say, tell me what's going on, there'll be a micro charge, a fraction of a cent. But it means that fraction of a cent takes care of everything. Takes care of all your connectivity, it takes care of all the cloud bit in the device, it takes care of all of that. And there's no monthly charge, it just works. So from the time you open the box to the time it goes live, it just takes minutes.
Cool.
Right? And you now have IoT.
So this started out as the concept of Parcelive, is that right?
So we started out, so Parcelive is another one of our product lines.
Okay.
So Parcelive looks like this.
So which came first, or did they kind of co-develop?
Well, Parcelive is really a subclass of the Symbisa concept.
Okay.
But what we've done is we've packaged it differently. So the commercial product is different. So in the case of Parcelive, it's really optimized for logistics, supply chain. And the way it works is companies actually license the data feed. And what we do is we don't sell the devices. And as part of that data feed license, they get a bunch of these devices at their point of dispatch. As they're parcel, and they put this in the parcel.
So like a car, or
well, it'll be cars, it'll be, actually, so right now we're tracking plants, food, car parts, electronics. I mean, it's just all over the place.
Cool.
So they put this in their shipment. The shipment now travels through the world. When it arrives at its destination, the receiver takes the card out, and the system works out where it is in the world, and it creates its own return label.
No way! Oh, because it's got this little e-paper thing.
That's
right.
Can
we show?
That's right.
Wow.
And what it does is it creates its own return label, and the receiver just puts it in the mailbox.
Wow.
So that works in about 50 countries now-ish. And so that means there are literally millions of collection points across the world, or across those countries, where you can drop this device in and it'll come back to us. And when it comes back to us, we then recycle it and give it to a new customer. In the meantime, the original customer gets new ones. So they're constantly getting new devices, and these things come back. We take care of all the ownership, the charging, the maintenance, the repairs, everything. It's all ours.
Right.
All right. What they get is the service, the insight. So the Symbisa product line, what makes it super interesting is who's starting to buy it. So we thought it was actually going to be smaller people who wanted to get going with it. But we've actually found some larger companies are starting to buy it. And what we've found, the real problem they've got isn't money, isn't even tech. It's the guy's ability to get something done.
Oh yeah.
It's the get shit done problem, right? So what happens is there's a guy who's got a problem who's trying to deploy some IoT to understand what's happening in their little world. Let's say you're a store manager. And the store manager says, I need to measure this, that, the other thing. Even if he has the budget and the money to do it, he goes to his IT department, and the IT department says, we've got an 18-month backlog of stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to add you on the bottom of this, and if nothing more important happens in the next 18 months, we'll get right back to you.
Yikes.
Right? But it makes sense because they're doing 100 other things. They don't have people hanging around just doing your thing. So what Symbisa does, it allows the person with the problem to fix themselves.
Wow.
So we call it, hashtag you fix you. How do you fix you? How do you fix your world so that you don't have to depend on all these other people to help you fix it? So we're huge fans of Excel. Excel has 1.3 billion users out there. It's in 100 plus languages, and it's you either know Excel or you're 1 degree away from someone who knows Excel.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need any specialist engineering. You don't need special skills. If I want to share data with you, I can just send you a spreadsheet, and now you have the data. And the great thing is Excel works on all these multiple platforms, from Macs and PCs and phones and tablets, and all that. You get all of that. And if you're a farmer, for example, right, you are probably, hopefully, a great farmer, but you are probably not an electronics engineer, or unlikely. So how does the farmer who wants to solve monitoring of their crop or monitoring of their wild animals and so on, how do they get into the whole IoT thing and measure their world without getting bogged down in a lot of nonsense and at a price point that makes sense?
Right.
But not even about the money. How do they manage it? It becomes a practical problem. So what Symbisa does, it empowers that person to say, okay, I want to measure my cattle. I'm going to attach one of these things to the cattle. I now know where they are in the world.
Yeah.
I've got a spreadsheet because I know spreadsheets.
Yeah, and they don't have to install anything new or learn anything new.
You know what? They are probably already using a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Already in their day-to-day life. They're already using spreadsheets. Now they just add a few extra columns, and suddenly IoT comes alive in a meaningful way.
Wow, yeah.
In their spreadsheet, such that the whole thing works.